This instructional video is intended to visually introduce you to your Bonfit Patterner and how it works. The examples demonstrated correspond with the first examples shown in the corresponding chapter in your Bonfit instruction book. In this video, we show you all the steps required to draft the pattern. Sewing steps can be found in both the Patterner instruction book and your Bonfit Fashion Sewing book. Many other designs, design considerations, and techniques can be found in the clearly illustrated books that accompany the product. We will draft the pattern on pattern paper, but you may draft it directly onto fabric as your confidence increases. Welcome to the wonderful, fashion-filled world of Bonfit. You will soon see just how quick, easy, and fun it is to explore your own creativity to create the wardrobe of your dreams with a perfect fit using your Bonfit pattern drafting system. The measurement chart in your instruction book shows you how to measure yourself correctly, which is the key to perfect fitting patterns. The Skirt Patterner. Your skirt patterner set includes the basic skirt block, which is used for both front and back skirt pattern pieces, a patch pocket, an inseam pocket, a zipper stand, and a side seam straightener. We're going to show you how to use your skirt patterner to make this versatile straight skirt with an elastic waistband and inseam pockets. However, any style is possible with Bonfit, as shown in the Bonfit instruction and design books. To make the skirt, you'll need your basic skirt block, your inseam pocket, and your side seam straightener, panel F, as well as the fabric of your choice, which should be approximately 1.5 times the desired length you'd like for your skirt. We're going to draft the pattern on paper so it may be saved for future use. The design possibilities are endless with Bonfit. Before setting your patterner, select the design and details you want. The design details we need to plan in this example are skirt length, which is adjusted by shortening or extending the center front or center back and the side seam. Pockets. We've chosen inseam pockets and will use this pocket as a guide. The waistline treatment. In this case, an elastic waist which requires a straight side seam. To do this, remove these two knobs and attach panel F. Replace and tighten the knobs. First, set your waist measurements on panel E. Loosen knobs number 3 and number 4 and slide panel E out until your waist measurement, in this case 30 inches, is reflected on the edge of panel B in these two places marked in inches. Tighten knobs number 3 and number 4. Then loosen these two knobs on panel A and slide panel A out. You can set your waist measurement with or without a dart. We'll use the with dart measurements, but will not draw or sew in the dart. This will result in added fullness at the waistline of the skirt. Line up panel A in these two places with your waist measurement reflected on panel B. Tighten the knobs. Before setting and checking your hip measurement, ensure that the two black squares at the top side seam corner are positioned on top of each other. Then place a tape measure across the patterner at the hip line. If your divided hip measurement, as figured on the measurement chart, in this case 11.5 inches, is greater than what the patterner measures, then loosen this knob and slide the hip enlarger panel out until the patterner width agrees with your divided hip measurement. If additional width is required, loosen this knob and slide panel C, the flare panel, out. We're now ready to draw. We have chosen to have our skirt 19 inches long, so go to the center front at the 19-inch mark and start to draw up toward the waistline, across, and down the side seam to the 19-inch mark. Then slide the patterner up to the mark and draw in the hemline. If a waistline stance adjustment is required, in this case, a 1/2 inch positive adjustment, measure 1/2 inch from the center front waistline corner and mark. Then reposition your patterner onto the waistline. And while holding the patterner at the side seam corner, pivot the patterner up to the 1/2 inch mark and redraw the waistline. This is your adjusted waistline. To provide for the waistband, take your elastic and place it flush with your adjusted waistline and mark at the side seam and center front. Turn the elastic once and mark again. Join the marks using your patterner edge. And then extend your center front and side seam line. This is your waistband casing. Repeat the process for the skirt back. Now let's trace the inseam pocket. Use this pocket as a guide and make the pocket the size you desire. As we have a straight side seam on the skirt, we'll need to straighten the side of the pocket to match our side seam. Draw the pocket again for the other side of the skirt. It's always important to label your pattern pieces and mark the number of times the piece should be cut to avoid confusion when cutting and sewing. As this skirt has no opening, the skirt front and back will be placed on the fabric fold and cut once. To join seams and finish hems, we need to add appropriate seam allowance around the pattern. As an example, take your tape measure and mark 1/2 inch away from the side seam and the waistline. Slide the patterner over and join the marks. This must be done all around each pattern piece, except where pattern pieces would be placed on the fabric fold, indicating that it's not an edge that needs to be sewn together. This is your sew line, this is your seam allowance, and this is the cut line. To know where pattern pieces should be joined, place notches on pattern piece edges in areas such as the fold line, where the pocket opening will be, and the hem line. Cut out your pattern pieces. Lay out your pre-shrunk, pre-pressed woven fabric on your table, folding and matching salvage edges with the correct fabric sides facing each other. The salvage indicates the direction of the fabric grain. Place your skirt front and back on the fold of the fabric and the pockets in the direction of the grain of the fabric. Pin the pieces to the fabric. Cut out your pattern. Clip the fabric where you have notch marks and remove the pins. This is your skirt front, and this is your skirt back. You should also have 4 pocket pieces. Now you're ready to sew. To ensure continued success, just remember these 4 easy steps. Plan your design details. Set your waist measurement. Set and check your hip measurement, and draw your pattern pieces. It's that easy. You've seen how simple Bonfit is, and we are confident that you will have years of pleasure as you explore the fun and fashion opportunities Bonfit will provide.